What's up, you wonderful folks? It's Alex here from Swamp Rat Fishing. And today for episode 3 of the budget angling series, we're going to talk about stick baits, your Senko style baits. So get your cold frosty beverage. Let's hit that intro. All right, we're back. So with this episode, we're going to cover stick baits, your Senko style baits, your Senko worms, basically. And just a couple disclaimers. One, I don't know everything. I'm a mid-level fisherman. This is just my opinion on how you can start. And then right out the gate, we're not even going to cover the real Senkos. They're pretty expensive, but they work wonderfully. I don't think I need to do a lot of talking about them. They're great baits. So just to recap on how we do this budget angling series, it's going to be $50 at Tackle Warehouse. I'll have links below with everything. But that $50 gets you that free shipping. So that's what we wanted to go with. And today we got a lot for $50. It was quite the haul for $50. Not only do we have a lot of soft plastics, but we also got the terminal tackle to be able to rig these worms 5 different ways. All right, so first let's talk about the terminal tackle. First up is going to be a pack of these are the 6 cents Jugular hybrid hooks. They're basically a worm hook with a little bit of an offset to them. And I've got these in 3/0. Great hooks. These are going to work with all the baits we have. You could do an EWG if you wanted to. If I'm using straight worms that don't have a crazy amount of bulk, I'm going to use these worm hooks. And to pair with those, we've got some lead bullet weights. This is Evolution Tungsten. And these are in 1/4 of an ounce. So these are going to be great. You can use the hooks to Texas rig. And then if you want a weighted Texas rig, these are going to go really well with it. It's going to be awesome. These are great to fish with. Also on the terminal tackle side, we've got a pack of these Mustad Wacky Neko hooks. Maybe you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this. But these are in the 2 size. These are going to be great to Wacky rig. And then they're also going to go excellent with, this is a pack of Neko weights from Missile Baits. These are in 1/8 ounce. And these are also awesome. I like the design of these. They fit really well. A little pro tip on these, if you have a lighter and you light the end that injects into the plastic, so you light that up, get it hot, and then when you shove it into the plastic, it's actually going to melt around that plastic, and it's going to hold your weight a lot better. So, and to finish it all off, we've got these Mustad. These are my favorite Wacky jig hooks. These are tungsten, 1/8 ounce. They're all I use now for Wacky rigging, weighted, do the flick shake technique. So again, just to start off, we've got 5 different ways to rig the baits that we're about ready to talk about. And this is all going to fall underneath that $50 price limit that we have. All right, as we get into these soft plastics here, we're going to do some down below shots, just like we always do in every video. So we're going to start off with probably the most budget conscious one, and that's the Yum Dinger. And these are in 5-inch. I've got 2 different colors. Now colors, I'm not going to go a ton into, but for my waters down in South Jersey, Junebug, black and blue, always for me kill. But it's always good to have a watermelon, red flake version in there, some kind of baby bass, all great. But these 2 baits, Yum Dingers, the cheapest out here, they're great baits. They've got good action. You can fish them all 5 styles that we have here pretty efficiently. Nico might be a little not as enough action, but everything else, they're great. They're awesome to start. They're great to build confidence in, and that's what all this is about too. We're going to give you all these baits, all these different options, so you can build confidence in using a stick bait, a Senko style bait. So first on the list, Yum Dinger, and I've got 2 here. I got one in a darker purple color, and then one in your standard watermelon red flake. All right, next up, we've got the Clout Worm from 6 cents Baits. This is, spoiler alert, all-purpose stick bait. This is my favorite. It's got this hexagon shape to the worm itself. It's awesome. It holds up really well. It's just an awesome bait, and I feel like with that hexagon, as it's floating down, it kind of gives it some more shimmy as it's going through the water. Just an excellent, excellent bait. This one I have in Cosmic Black. Awesome color, but again, remember the colors are going to shift to whatever your water is. All right, coming in next, we've got the X-Zone Lures True Center Stick. This is a 5-inch worm. This one is in their June bug. What's awesome about this bait is it does give you a little identifier on the bait itself onto how you can get that worm perfectly center. And this one differs a little bit where the tail will taper more than like say the Clout Worm. So this one works really well for Neko rigging too. But this one works on all 5 techniques. It's a great worm. Check them out. Next up, we've got 3 different baits from Missile Baits. First up, we're going to go with the 48. This worm can be rigged so many different ways, and so many people rig them different ways. For me personally, I only fish this on a weighted Wacky. I know some people out there, shout out to Deepak, he was talking about how he only rigs it Texas rig. It's got a really unique kind of bulbous on the ends, but real skinny in the middle shape. And it does also have an indicator to where you can get it dead center. I think this is a very underrated Wacky worm that a lot of people don't talk about. It's a great, great worm. And then also with them, we've got 2 sizes of the Quiver Worm. We've got one in 4.5, and we've got one in 6.5. Now, I have fished these on a Wacky. I have fished these on a Texas rig. Works awesome. Where this one shines, though, is that Neko stuff that we got. So this thing, as you can see, has a paddle tail on the back end of it. And when you Neko rig it, that thing, it's going to be just giving off a ton of action on the back of this bait. And just kind of how Nekoing works, it gives the fish a different look. It's something I picked up on late last season. I definitely plan to expand upon it. But I find that more and more I'm grabbing for the Neko more than the weighted Wacky. And then what we're going to finish off is 2 packages of worms from Big Bite Baits. These are their soft Neko Wacky worms. So again, this is a really good worm. It's kind of got your standard, almost young dinger shape to it. But what makes this one unique is it has an O-ring pre-inserted into the bait itself. So O-rings, when you're Wacky rigging or Neko rigging, a lot of people use them. They're going to help your bait stay on the hook. Because a lot of times what will happen is you'll hook that fish, he'll surface, start shaking the head, and they're instantly going to kick that soft plastic off. So I like to use O-rings with Neko rigs, especially because they have that weight on them. So that's just more tackle that you're losing. So these are great. These are great worms. Sometimes it can be a little fiddly to use a little Wacky tool to get that band on. This takes care of that whole problem. They're a great worm for that. It's built onto the inside of it. It'll simplify a lot for you. So great one. Big Bite Baits. I picked up 2. One in a bright natural baby bass color. And then one in good old-fashioned. This one is green pumpkin blue flake, but it's a really dark green pumpkin, so I like it. All right, folks, so that's it. Stick baits. Remember, we've got 5 different techniques. We've got the Texas rig, weighted Texas rig, Wacky rigged, weighted Wacky rig, and the Neko rig. And all of these baits you're going to be able to use with all 5 of those techniques. And you're going to gain some confidence in what is probably the best fish catching machine out there. Like Senko's catch fish, plain and simple. So hope you guys got something out of this. Definitely drop me a like, comment down below. And if you aren't subscribed, definitely think about subscribing. And other than that, tight lines, everyone.